Hey guys, Zach from Say What Zach here. So all the games for today are over for the National Hockey League. So we're going to go and get right into those, which is Sunday, January 5th, I believe is the exact date. And could be off a day on that one. But I believe it's Sunday, January 5th. So we had 6 games on. I watched some of them, not all of them. Again, I was out about trying to get some stuff done. But yeah, gonna go ahead and get into them. I did watch most of them. I didn't catch the Carolina-Tampa game. I didn't watch that one. I think I caught parts of every other one, though. So, there you go. Just give you guys a breakdown of what I've watched. Anyways, the first game was Washington and San Jose. The Sharks blow this game 5-4 in overtime to Washington. Washington comes back in a big way, knocking off the San Jose Sharks, but it wasn't overtime, so the Sharks still get a point. So the Sharks are still steadily gaining points, slowly but surely. They do need to keep this up. More wins than losses, especially because Calgary and Edmonton are both in the playoffs right now, so they're at 49 points. That's what they need to catch in order to make the playoffs. But they are getting points. They do lose a big one, though, to the Capitals, and Evander Kane gets a second-period hat trick, so congratulations to Evander Kane for getting that hat trick. The next game was Florida taking on Pittsburgh. Florida wins this one 4-1. So I put on there Pittsburgh in trouble. Are the Pittsburgh Penguins, I know this is, again, it's one of the first losses here, but are the Penguins in trouble now? They lose to a playoff, almost a playoff team. Florida's tied with Philadelphia now. Tied with Philadelphia for the last playoff spot in the East. So they're playing against a team who is fighting to get into a playoff spot, and they lose 4-1. So is this just a one-off? Is this a fluke? Or is this starting to show those cracks that we thought were going to happen months ago when they had all these injuries? We'll see. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Pittsburgh Penguins to see how they do from here on in. I think it's going to start showing some cracks. I don't think they're going to be as bad as some people think they're going to drop off, but I think they are going to lose a lot more games. I think they're going to drop a little bit in the standings, not too much, just because the teams are so close. Islanders only 2 points behind them. Carolina's only 5 points. I can see them drop in the standings and not stay as high until they get some of their players back. But we'll see. We'll see how Pittsburgh does. Anyways, the next game, we got Tampa Bay and the Carolina Hurricanes. Tampa Bay wins this one 3-1. And I put the Bolts are charging. The Tampa Bay Lightning are doing amazing right now. I don't have the exact numbers of their last few games. I will get that stuff for you guys. But they are only 1 point behind Toronto and was it 7 points behind Boston for first place in the division? Yeah. They are 3 points out of the Panthers. This team is starting to come together and starting to look like the team from last year, which is not good because that means this team is going to start peaking at the right time. They're going to start hitting in their stride in the end of January, February, and into the playoffs. This team could be very deadly, where we didn't think that was going to happen early in the year. I know I picked them to be in a wild card spot. Last time I did a review for playoff standings. It looks like they're going to eclipse that pretty easy at this point. Next game was Calgary taking on the Minnesota Wild. This one goes to a shootout. It goes 7 rounds in the shootout, and Calgary comes up with a big win. 5-4 was your final for Calgary. Calgary is in that last wild card spot now, right behind Edmonton Oilers, both tied at 49 points. Minnesota gains a point, so they do move up only 3 points back of Calgary Flames. So this was a big game because they were both fighting for that last wild card spot. Calgary takes it, but give up a point to the Wild, so they're not really that far ahead of them. 3 points is not much in this league, so a couple game losing streak of Calgary and a couple game winning streak of Minnesota. That could change. But anyways, big win for Calgary, which is why I'm wearing the Johnny Gaudreau jersey I have right now. The Blackhawks take down the Red Wings. Surprise, Blackhawks win 4-2. Yeah, that's just, again, when you take on the Red Wings, it's more of a surprise when they win than when they lose. Like when they beat San Jose on New Year's Eve, you're like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, so Blackhawks beating the Red Wings, no surprise there, but they do move within only 5 points of a playoff spot. So Chicago is playing much better as of late. We'll see if they can continue this throughout the month and throughout the rest of the season. But that's good. The big note I put in here was Zadina is scoring. So for Red Wings, trying to look at the bright points, Filip Zadina is starting to come and start to produce like he was supposed to as a 6th overall draft pick. He has, I think it was 10 points in 18 games now this season. He is starting to get that feel for NHL play, which is good because the Red Wings need to see that progression, especially if they can draft Alex Lafreniere or whatever, or Byfield in this draft. Get a big forward to go with him. We could see a pretty decent first or second line for the Red Wings coming up next season. But yeah, that's what they need to see from this season. They need to see some of these young kids start to produce and start to get good at the NHL level. So that's good to see. Last game of the night was the Ducks taking on the Nashville Predators. The Ducks won this one in a 5-4 shootout that went 5 rounds in the shootout. And the big thing out of this one was that the Preds in trouble. This wasn't like the Penguins in trouble. That was more of a question. The Predators have lost 4 of the last 5 games, I believe. So they lost both back-to-back games to Pittsburgh, lost the Winter Classic, beat LA last night, and lost Anaheim tonight. So yes, 1 out of 5 games they have won. That is not good, especially when they are struggling to stay relevant in the playoffs and they're flirting with being the dead last team in the Central. Not good. So anyways, your standings. Not a whole lot changed tonight. A couple of the bottom tier teams moved a little bit, but overall not a whole lot changed. But we'll go over them. Boston's still in first place with the Atlantic with 59 points. Toronto's in second with 53. Tampa with 52. Florida with 49. Sabres at 45. Montreal's 43. Senators 37. And Detroit's still at 23. Dead last team in the league. In your Metro, the Capitals are now up 63 points to their win over San Jose. The Penguins are at 55. The Islanders at 53. Carolina at 50. Philadelphia at 49. Columbus at 46. The Rangers at 42. And the Devils at 36. That is your Eastern Conference. Jump on over. And the cutoff line is, again, Florida and Philly are tied with Night now for that last wildcard spot. I believe Philly is the last team still in the wildcard, but Florida is tied with them. In your West, you got, for the Central, you got St. Louis Blues with 59 points. Colorado 54. Dallas 52. Winnipeg 48, who drops out of a playoff spot today. Minnesota 46. Nashville 45. And Chicago 44. So, again, Nashville is, again, flirting with being right here, being right behind, taking over Minnesota's spot, or being dead last in this division. I don't know what's going on with Nashville right now. They are struggling. Their goaltending is not playing very good at all. Again, allowing 4 goals and then a shootout loss to the Anaheim Ducks right now. That's not good. You need way better goaltending from Saros and Rene. They should be much better than that. Anyways, the Pacific Division, the Golden Knights are still in first with 54 points. The Coyotes are second with 52. 50 points for Vancouver, 49 for the Edmonton Oilers, 49 for the Calgary Flames, which is your 2 wildcard spots, so that's where the cutoff is. The San Jose Sharks with 42. The Ducks are 39 points, and the Kings are dead last in that division with 38 points, because the Ducks with the 2 points in the shootout leapfrog the Kings again, trying to battle out who's going to be the worst team in the Pacific. So those are your current NHL standings after tonight's action. Those are your current NHL scores after tonight's action. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a like and subscribe if you do. This is Zach with Zach, and I will talk to you guys again soon.